Hi and welcome to this yoga sequence all about heart opening, feeling more confident and discovering self-love. This is the fourth video in my Balance the Chakras series. So today is our fourth chakra, which is Anahata, the heart chakra. For me, this is my favorite chakra because it's all about love and self-expression and confidence, really, and really opening out the heart space through movement in our yoga postures can really have an impact on your self-confidence and your self-love, because the way that we hold our physical bodies really impacts our minds and our energetic bodies, and in turn can change our personalities and help us manifest everything that we want in this life. Whether or not you are interested in the chakras, or if you're joining for the whole series or not, this is going to be a fantastic heart-opening yoga sequence to really get into the chest and hopefully relieve some tension in your back. So we will start at the back of the mat in a child's pose. So just taking the fingers towards the top of the mat, taking the knees as wide apart as you need, and really lay the whole of the spine and the body over the legs. So you're extending the spine out and keep sitting back and sinking back into your sitting bones. And now find your breath. Begin to breathe smoothly in through the nose and out through the nose. And as you breathe, think about directing the breath to your heart, feeling the chest fill with breath. Just spending a few moments here, bringing yourself fully into the present and really connecting with your heart space. And then from here, with your next breath in, make your way up into a tabletop position. And just to warm up the spine a little, we'll move into a gentle cat and cow. So as you breathe, come into your bowed cow spine, opening the chest, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round the back. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone under. Moving with your own breath, connecting the movement to your breath. One more time. Really leading all these movements with your heart space. Next, we're going to really open up into the shoulders, because for deep back bends, we need really open, extended shoulders. So if you need to, you can tuck the toes under here for some balance. We're going to come down to a puppy pose. So taking the hands as far forward as you can and still balancing. Inwardly rotate your elbow creases, so your elbows are not sticking out like this. The arms are nice and straight and the insides of your elbows are facing forward. You're going to lead to the mat with your chest. If you're really open in the upper back already, you can bring the chin down for the full version of puppy, really opening your chest to the mat. If you are a beginner or you're feeling more tension in the shoulders, you can just bring your forehead down in the center, but really make sure you are opening the chest down as much as you can. And even see, if you are with me, down with your chin on the mat, even see if you can bring your chest all the way to the floor. And then breathe into the chest. Take the breath into the chest. And then with another breath in, come up, walk your hands back into your tabletop position. And then from here, we're going to take the hips down to the mat. Take the forehead down to the mat, bring your hands down underneath your shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift your elbows, hug your elbows in towards the rib cage. And then breathing in, you can rise up to quite a high Cobra position. Make sure your shoulders aren't doing this. Make sure your shoulders are away from the ears. Breathe in to the chest, exhale, lower down. 2 more times, squeeze, breathe in, rise up, exhale, lower down. 1 more time. Really open up, not crunching into the lower back. Find this opening in the chest. See if you could even lift the hands, really creating this back bend with the strength of your upper back. And then you can place the hands down quite wide, wider than the mat. Take the left side of your face down to the mat, pick up your right foot, and then you're gonna lift the right knee up and over top, bringing your spine into a gentle twist here. Just let this right foot dangle over the top. Breathe into the space where you feel the twist, really opening up your right shoulder. Breathe in and exhale, let it release. Give your hips a little wiggle from side to side, and then turning the right side of the face over, ready to come onto the other side. Pick up the left foot. See if you can even bring the left foot all the way to the floor if you're super flexible, or just let it hang. And breathe here, deeply down into the belly. Another full breath in, and exhale to release back to center. Just take a little break with your hands down by your sides. Bring your hands under your shoulders, and whenever you're ready, push yourself up into a tabletop position. Breathe in here, and then as you exhale, lift the knees, sink your belly back onto your thighs, and feel this nice long extension of the spine. Really here, opening the chest towards the legs. Let your head and neck be totally relaxed. And then you can step the feet back 1 inch, coming into your downward facing dog without bringing weight into the shoulders. So you're pushing everything back, keeping this bend in the knees if you need it, or bring the heels all the way down to the floor. And then you can pedal out the feet here, just beginning to settle into your first downward facing dog. And then from here, breathe in, reach the right leg high. Bring it as high as it can go, sink down through the left heel. Then bend into the right knee and drop the right hip opening. So you're stacking the hips here. And really opening up through the side body. You can extend the right leg out. Keep the head relaxed down. And then from here, scoop the right knee all the way forward between the hands. From here, bring your left knee down. And from here, I'm going to rise up into a lifted low lunge. First of all, let's get this spine correct. So we're going to come into Rudrasana, which is a back bend in your low lunge. And a lot of the time, people will just kind of crunch everything into the lower back, putting a lot of weight into the sacrum. And what we want to do here to open the heart space, the heart chakra, is to tuck the whole pelvis under. So you imagine your tailbone pointing directly towards the mat. And as you do that, sink forward with the hips. You'll really need to draw your belly in towards the spine to find that core engagement, and then begin to open the heart space. If it's too much for you with your arms up here, you can bring them down, interlace behind you, or even just kind of down onto the legs, and really feel like you're spreading your shoulders apart. And breathe into Anahata, breathe into the heart space, and keep finding that tuck of the pelvis under to take the weight out of your lower back. And then you can try gazing up if that's okay for your neck. Breathe into the chest here. Another full breath in, and then exhale, release the hands down. From here, we're going to step back to a plank position. Take a deep breath in plank, and And then exhale, lower the knees down, then the chest and chin come down. Really bring your chest down, keep your pelvis lifted. Then as you breathe in, scoot forward to a Cobra pose, once again, keeping the back of the neck long, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, find downward facing dog. And then as you're ready, coming onto the other side, so breathing in, sweep the left leg up and back, take it as high as it can go, and then bend into the left knee and open the hip out towards the left side, finding this front body opener for the three-legged dog. Taking some breath here into the front of the body. Another full breath in, and then as you exhale, smoothly with control, step the left foot all the way to the top of the mat in between the hands. And then once again, coming up on the fingertips, find this pull of the thighs towards one another, tilting your tailbone down towards the mat, and then strongly rise up with the arms if you can. And then begin to open the chest as you continue to hug your belly in towards the spine and protect the lower back. Finding this nice deep chest opener here. Try and feel strong and confident in all these heart openers. Another full breath in. And then exhale to release the hands, step it back to downward facing dog once again. And then from here, we can walk the feet towards the hands at the top of the mat, coming into a forward fold. And from here, just hang out in your forward fold for a few moments, bending into the knees as much as you need to bring the belly onto the thighs, and then taking a little sway from side to side with the body. And then bend deeply into the knees, bringing the belly onto the thighs. And then taking the hands to the mat, I want you to think about lifting the sitting bones rather than straightening your legs. So you're going to lift the sitting bones as you keep your belly glued to your thighs. And you'll feel a really deep stretch through the backs of the hamstrings whilst protecting your lower back in this forward fold. And then you can interlace the hands to open up through the shoulders, so allowing the knuckles and the hands to drop overhead. And then from here, exhale, release the hands, sink your hips down towards the mat as you bend the knees, coming all the way to sitting. And then taking the hands out in front of you, breathe in to find a nice tall spine. Exhale, exhale, rolling back, tucking the tailbone under, finding your way back to lying on the mat with your hands down by your sides. Okay, so now we're moving towards this full wheel position, which you would have seen in the thumbnail. So if full wheel feels too much for you today, or you're a beginner, then you can just do this bridge pose like we're all going to do together now. So taking both hands down either side of your hips. As you breathe in, begin to curl the tailbone up and off the mat, lifting your hips towards the ceiling as you engage your glutes. Now, most of the time in bridge, we might just come to here, but I want you to walk your shoulder blades underneath you and really lift the chest towards your chin. So you're finding this as a chest heart opening practice, not just a bend for the lower back. And really keep lifting the glutes up towards the ceiling. Keep your head in the center, so don't try to turn your head left or right. And keep some space between your chin and your chest as you keep lifting up as high as you can, feeling this back bend. Whenever you need to, come down slowly, one vertebra at a time. Breathing in, coming down as you exhale, slowly, one vertebra at a time. And then we'll just take a break, allowing the spine to take a rest here on the mat. If you are ready to come up to a full wheel, or you might call this bridge in gymnastics. You're going to tuck the hands down underneath the shoulders. You might want to take them kind of shoulder width apart. It's different for different people. Bring the heels as close to your thighs as you can. And then I want you to come up on an inhale so that you've got space for the breath in your chest. You're going to begin to press into the feet and the hands at the same time as you lift the body, engaging the backs of the legs. And then you can look between the hands or look out between the arms. Really try and focus on opening the chest and the underarms towards the top of the mat. So you're not too much back like in the center. You're bringing your head between the arms. Take a couple of nice full breaths into the heart space. Another full breath in. And then as you exhale, lower down onto the back of your shoulders, not the top of your head. And then coming down into this stretch for the fronts of the thighs, bringing your hips onto your calves, just stretching out the fronts of the hip flexors here. And then from there you can walk your way down, wiggle your way down to lying on your back, and just take a gentle sway from side to side with the legs here. And then just for our relaxation, we'll move into a Baddha Konasana with the legs, bringing the soles of the feet together. If you prefer to come to Shavasana, corpse pose, then you can do that, bringing your feet mat width distance apart. Maybe take your hands to your heart and begin to breathe smoothly. And just taking a moment to fully settle into the floor. Feel the beautiful space that you've created in your heart chakra. And then release your attention on the breath and allow yourself a few minutes of total stillness and relaxation. And now, if you want to stay longer in Shavasana, you can pause the video here. If you're ready to come out, just begin to turn your head from side to side and take some little movements with the whole body. And then point your toes away from you, reach your arms up overhead, stretching the whole body along the floor. And then when you're ready, make your way over to lying on one side. Just taking a rest on your side for a moment. And then when you're ready, push your way up sideways to a seated position, finding your Sukhasana, easy seated pose on your yoga mat. And then bringing the hands to the thighs or the knees. Find a nice tall spine. And maybe bring hand to your heart. Feel the breath in your heart space. And now I invite you to bring your hands to heart center. Bow your head slightly and thank yourself for practicing yoga today. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you're feeling really open through the chest and feeling confident, uplifted, and a lot of self-love. If you are enjoying the chakra series, don't forget to join next week for the throat chakra, and please do subscribe if you enjoy my videos. Leave a comment as well. I spend so much time making these videos and I absolutely love doing it, but I also really love to hear your feedback. If these videos help one person, then I feel like it's been worthwhile. So it's so lovely when you let me know. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye.